to Pallegney, and today's job, get that field grass baled. And well, today's first job is to get to that field. So yeah, last time we combined the field grass. I've been reading the read me first post on the Maze Plus Discord of what's been fixed in Terralife. There's a link for that in the pinned comment as well. And you'll be pleased to know that if you have field grass, then the tedding has been fixed or will be fixed in the update. So if you want to, for example, make field grass hay, you will be able to. Or if you've mowed it and you want to ted it to a further state, you'll be able to. So yep. But my recommendation would be to combine it first rather than mow it. So yep, the cover crops are looking pretty good. It's not looking any different to the last time you were here, to be honest, because time has not really progressed. So let's lower that. Let's unfold that. I should have changed the wrap. Let's go do that. The store is just there and they will have a workshop we can use. I really hope actually with FS25 coming and with Giants partnering with Ronnie and the rap people and stuff, that's going to be part of a base game functionality, that you'll be able to do that kind of thing. Let's crash into the dealer's baler without needing mods and stuff. But, you know, you can carry rolls of wrap with you and maybe swap it easily. I think they've spoken about that kind of thing, but I don't remember. So, but we can at least customize. Let's go with F for orange for F. Yes. While we're here, we will repair the tractor and the baler before they start getting expensive. I could do with refueling it, but that can wait for another day. So I'm not sure whether we'll do any more jobs in this video. Kind of the goal at the moment is just to keep with the consistency, so we'll see. So you're going to get some nice orange field grass, well, some semi-dry, some wrapped semi-dry field grass, which will turn into field grass silage. So yeah, when the update is ready, no dates or schedules for any of that yet, you will be able to make field grass hay. So there's someone did ask about that in the Discord this morning, and that's the answer. The tedding will be fixed as part of the update. It's in the list on Discord of the things that has been fixed. So yep, not giving away any great secrets there. That's what I checked. So yep. And if you're curious as to what has been fixed or will be fixed as part of the update, there is a big old list there. So yep. Which is cool. You can go find out. And I would recommend, and in fact it is almost required, before you post a bug, go check that list, have a read and see if you can spot what your issue is before you go say, I found a new bug. Because it saves us telling you, yeah, we know about that one. The field grass one, I'm not sure many people are doing much with field grass at the moment, so that's why the previous video I think was maybe kind of useful, because it's one of those slightly unusual crops. So, I have not watched much farm sim content while I was on my break either. I've not really been massively following the FS25 stuff. We've had a lot of Fact Sheet Fridays. We've had a lot of blog posts. The only one that I really looked at was the Asian map, because it kind of fit in with timing of when I was away, and I managed to download the video for the trailer and I had a look at it and I thought it looked really cool. I did see that we had a Fact Sheet Friday for a big Novag seeder. That's really cool. I'm really pleased that Novag are kind of officially coming to the game. Obviously, from a farming agency point of view, they're a partner of ours, and we're officially partnered with them, so we bring them in, with working with Novag. Paul was, I didn't want to say recently, but it was probably well over a month ago. He went visiting with one of the Novag engineers or technicians to look at some of the machines a little while ago. Yeah. But yeah, it's really cool. It opens up, I think, for us a lot of possibilities with having more Novag machinery working properly with no-till and all that kind of thing. It's going to be cool. I think I have said in previous videos, but again, as part of the update, the Novag seeders will be getting their precision farming, no-till, direct seeding bonus, so that's good. I also spoke in the last video about the fact that at the moment they don't remove the need ploughing state, and that's a much more complex issue to resolve because of the way the no-till works. So yeah, you might want to turn off the either turn off the need ploughing state or do what I did last time, just account for the fact that you're going to still need to deal with that at the moment. It's on the list of jobs for the team to look at, but one that needs a bit more work. So yeah, I still need to catch up with Cartex. I think he's on Holzer map. Still need to catch up with his videos. I've still been watching. I'm kind of proud of myself, which is going to sound weird. I've been watching still a lot of Christopher Rod. I'm actually caught up with his XCOM series. I usually, because he releases an hour-plus long video a day. Generally, I fall behind on that, and I'm still caught up with that and enjoying that so much. Very different, this obviously, but and it's the only series of his that I tend to watch. Because it's a game that I really enjoy, and I really enjoy how he plays the game and his kind of style. So, but yeah, don't watch any of his other stuff. And then because I kind of have been needing to mentally recharge, I've been rewatching a lot of videos that I like. So, rewatching a lot of Linus Tech Tip and David Does Tech Stuff. So, and I got back into Gamers Nexus as well. It's kind of go on and off on watching them and watching them talk about watching their EK Waterblock stuff, which is a mess. If you're not into tech, you won't care about that. So, what was we watched some farming TV stuff, but yeah, we watched the Grand Tour, the last one. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but if you enjoy the Grand Tour, it's awesome. You should watch it if you haven't. Very good. I like those guys, so a little bit sad to see it ending, but you can kind of see why. They're all pretty old at this point. I can imagine that it's pretty taxing for them to go out and film on those locations. I can imagine for someone like Jeremy Clarkson, it's much more comfortable to film Clarkson's farm. You can see Richard Hammond with all the accidents that he's had as part of it. Probably maybe don't want to be repeating that kind of stuff. So yeah, I get that, but it was very good. It was very, very good. Anyway, gonna get some more baling done and we'll be back. A few slots in and a couple of things that I thought that I should mention. Yes, I know my graphic settings are not awesome. I keep forgetting that I need to adjust them. The Elder Ring of Death is very apparent on here. I've been kind of just ignoring it, but it does bug me rather a lot. But I keep forgetting to spend the time messing with the graphic settings. The other one, I did say I would check, and yes, field grass does indeed regrow. I was 99.9% sure that it did, but I have just gone and checked the XML and made sure that it does. So, the other thing, and I might not go through it in detail today, but last night I was working on updating and understanding some of the English translations for the animal feeding, and because I was a little bit confused about what some of them meant, And I managed to confuse myself even more looking at some of the data in the XML, and went through some stuff with Paul, sorted some things out, and I now have corrected the stuff that's going into the update, because there were definitely some typos in there. And hopefully when the update comes out, things will be a little bit clearer about how the feeding works. A couple of little mistakes in the XML for the feeding have been fixed that were linked to that, which were what was confusing me. Yeah, hopefully it's around the milk and the fattening bonus and the performance feed that goes with them. Yeah, it's much clearer in my head now, which is good. Yeah, once the update's finished, and then once the wiki's done, then I can start doing all those tutorial videos that you guys want to explain it all. But yeah, it will be much clearer once the updated stuff comes out, because it certainly is quite confusing at the moment. And I think part of the problem there was when I did those translations, I hadn't played the game enough and hadn't looked in enough detail at some things to really get into what everything meant. So hopefully now things will be make a bit more sense, at least the titles of things. So yeah, we're getting a good number of bales off of here. Did I? No, I should have reset the bale counter. I'm really bad for doing that. We can at least get the session counter, and we'll talk about autosave in a moment. 31, yeah, wow. Autosave is very definitely staying on, however annoying it is when I go into the menu and it saves partway through. Losing that a couple of hours of progress before, and I was chatting to one of the guys on Discord, and I think he said he lost like 4 hours or so, something like that. Yeah, it's very painful. Very painful. Yeah, it's a lot of bales. Hopefully we've got space. Well, I know there's space for them in the shed. It's whether there's space, given that I'm using that shed partly for storing stuff. Oh, the combine's gone back up to the store for now, because we don't need it and we don't really have space to store it. But yeah, I'll get this finished and I'll come back. A few more swaths to go and we will be done. One of the things that I am probably going to start doing this week is reintroducing some of the non-Terralife Plus videos. So if you're just here for Terralife Plus, you might enjoy that. If you're a normal fan of the channel, then maybe you will enjoy that. I have a Maize Plus Pig Farmer video that I recorded now a month ago. It was right before things started to go pretty horrendously wrong in our lives, and I was rewatching the draft content of that earlier today, and I'm going to see if I can get that video finished off early this week. That was a finished video, but I am reworking that one. I'll talk about why maybe in that video. It has some memories attached to it, shall we say. And I'm also probably going to finish up the Glenlarvan series so that we can maybe begin the real Terralife Let's Play series that I want to do, because that's probably the one that if I keep playing FS22 and Terralife, that will keep going when FS25 comes out, because this, remember, is more of a kind of play along, learn along kind of thing, rather than actually being how I would play the game. So yeah, and I think that'll be, for me, a little bit easier, because I am still learning how all of this works, and it's kind of hard when you're not actually sure how some of it works. So but that's all the baling done, which is kind of cool. I could do with giving this little John Deere, actually most of our stuff could do with a wash, but we do have a hose now, so we'll give this a wash. Trying to remember if I still have the bale stacker at the farm. Because we could do with getting these bales in storage, and I then might skip. I'm just thinking if I skip to the next week in August, it's going to get really busy. Because we're going to have the LBG, the Landesberg Germain, to plant, and we're probably going to have sunflowers to start harvesting. And I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Having things to do is good. Someone left a tractor there. Okay. Once the calves are a little bit older, they're going to go into one of these sheds. Someone's left a trailer there. Okay. Things are getting a little bit messy. Right. And someone's left a random bale there. Okay. Did I keep the bale stacker? I did. Where did I leave it? I think I might have. Okay. Not there. Anyone that's in here? I think it might be in one of these bunkers. Yep, I think it's in here. Yep. In fact, it's even with a tractor. Excellent. Perfect. In fact, it's the tractor that we should probably be using. Right. That works for me. Not going to drive across the cover crop because we'll probably end up destroying it. So, if you don't look behind me, you can't see me crashing stuff. Let's just very quickly check. Yeah, we've got feed for the cows, which is good. Probably do with mixing a whole load of feed up to top that up a bit, but yeah. It's just 48 bales. It's going to be two loads. Yeah. Awesome. It's a decent amount of field grass silage. Right. I think we're going to have way more feed than we need. So, because we've got lots of maize silage, we've now got lots of bales of this. Let's just slow the old cruise control down a little bit and get these picked up. I think we should have enough feed to skip through the night. I think. I'm not going to make that turn though. But that will work. Right, one of the other things that I believe has been fixed is some of the textures to do with grass. So the issues that we're seeing where we're seeing the rolled texture underneath the grass, I think that's hopefully been sorted. Yeah, lots. If you check it'll be in the link in the first pinned comment. There's a fairly extensive list of things that have already been spotted and worked on. Yeah, it's about the right speed. So, perfect. So when I go back to making the other videos, they will probably be more like I normally make them and less like this. Partly why I'm thinking about going back to them, because it will be a little bit easier, maybe. We'll see. Some of these might go back to my normal way of making videos as well. Also, when the tutorials start flowing, that will interrupt probably this series. And at some point, this series will naturally come to an end because we will have cycled through things, and so I'll get back to more regular content, which will include Terralife Plus, obviously. And then who knows what will happen once the new game releases, which is not that far away. I think I saw Giants posted, or someone posted somewhere, that it's like 40 odd days away, which is pretty scary. Or not really scary, but you know what I mean. Scary is the wrong word. If we grab those 2 bales, and then we'll go chuck these in. It doesn't look like, that doesn't look like just a one more load full to me, but that's what the numbers say. Give it some gas to get back to the farm. I was going to try and race that white car out, but we'll be sensible. Yeah, so the grass field we're going to leave. We're going to experiment with that Landesberg domain, which is a silage crop. So we'll get that planted. We've got sunflowers, we've got lupine, we've got carrots still. Not sure if we're going to end up with another grass cut soon. Oh, jeez. I think we're going to move the big John Deere. I'm only really holding on to this in case we have any other. I mean, the carrot field is going to need some sort of ploughing, isn't it? So, put you there. Hopefully that little John Deere isn't going to be a problem there. Hopefully we can swing around that and thread the gap between those. Yeah, look at that. Like I know what I'm doing. Only like I know what I'm doing. I don't actually know. So you'll notice there's a seed pallet in there as well, because I was moving the seed pallets to put over where I'm keeping seed pallets, and the store grabbed it, which is fine. Don't mind that at all, really. So yeah, it's okay. I'm kind of using the bay the other side to store the little John Deere tractor, so it would be nice if we don't end up using that bit. I am going to end up probably making more small bales of stuff as well. And I'm definitely not going to want a bigger baler. Unless we get a much bigger feed mixer. Which might be an option actually. 12,000 litres suddenly isn't feeling very big. With how many cows we've got in the shed. So it might be that we want to get like at least double that size maybe. Which would then make it much easier to do a mix with the bales that we have. Yeah, it depends what kind of farm you're doing, but doing a dairy or a beef farm, kind of, you've got to plan almost everything around destroying bales, but also how you're going to, you know, the size of bales that you make and all that kind of thing, about how they're going to work with mixing feed, assuming that you're mixing feed. And you probably will be, because you have to remember that things like silages and almost everything else that you put into the trough is going to act like a mixture. So it's not just a case of, oh, well, I'm going to put in some grass silage and some hay and all that kind of thing, because they all fill multiple bars. One of the things I want to try and do as part of something to do with the explanations of how the feeding works in the future is do a comparison, and you can do it yourself. You know, you just look in the Animal Food Additions XML file and compare the different mixtures, but you will see that the feeding that you get from like a grass silage is not as complete as a TMR, for example, you know, an age appropriate TMR. So you might say, oh, you know, I've put in a bale of whatever and it's filled all of the bars. And it might appear to, but the ratios aren't the same. So eventually you might run into issues. And obviously, I think with the update coming, a bunch of that's probably going to have changed as well. So, yep. But it's a complex beastie, and I also get that not everyone is comfortable sitting and looking through XML tables and that kind of thing and doing the comparisons. So I will try and produce some content in a bit of time once everything's settled down to help people understand that. Kind of feel that that's part of my role and part of what I'm apparently relatively good at. So. And I only say that based on what you guys feed back to me. So, but the number of bales was indeed correct. So let's get these back to the yard. I'm going to skip ahead to next week, but I don't think we're going to have time to actually do any jobs for next week. While I drive back, I will check how long we've been going for. I think it will depend on whether we have to do any feeding. We might do the morning feed, I think, so that we are ready next time to crack on with either the planting or the harvesting. Both are jobs we need to get done, so we'll see which one has the smallest window, basically. I need to tidy this damn yard up. Come on, off you go into the bale store. And the bale store's looking pretty full. A lot of it needs to ferment still, which is a problem. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. It's probably easier to actually go round and between the gap. I think I'll actually put this one away so that we're not cluttering things up even more. It is getting pretty snug. Don't drive into the field. There we go. So the regulars. I know I'm not rambling as much as I normally do. It will come back like everything else. Nope, don't go in there. Yeah, so I think at this point we are probably safe to sleep. How much food did we have? I think we had like 20,000 litres, 22,000 litres. We've just saved, so let's sleep until 6 a.m. We might actually start having milk now. I guess most of the milk is probably going into feeding. So we definitely need to feed the cows. You can see the bull's fattening bonus is dropping because he's not getting that. We could fix that. Maybe. But anyway, so these guys are, yeah, they've got loads of milk. So there is a change coming around how milk works with feeding, but we'll wait until the update comes out to talk about that properly. Yeah, basically most of the feed in there is milk, so we need to mix some TMR up. I think if we do one of each, that would probably not be a bad idea. So let's leave that running and let's switch the mixer on. What have we got in here? Semi-dry grass, maize silage, herb grass, conditioned field grass. So we need to buy some more bales. I think we need to buy some bales. Silage bales. I know we've got the clover silage, haven't we? We can use. I think we should be okay, actually. I think we should be okay. So I think if we do 12, about 13,000 litres of moisture feed, then the mineral feed, then a bucket of maize silage. Yeah. Now we've got some beet pulp there still. How much of that will do? Yep, we stick that in. Go grab some mineral feed. Right. And then I might just show you making one mix and I'll do the other one, I think. It is quite time consuming at the moment for me. What we'll do is we'll whiz over here. I could probably do with a silo for the mineral feed, I think, but cute. Yeah, if we do it this way, I think it'll be a little bit quicker. I think if I put about 250 litres in the bucket, that should work. And as I'm doing it this way because it was a little bit finicky putting it in the mixer wagon, and obviously it saves us trying to lift those bags up into the mixer. There we go. Now I'll do that. Oh, we need to do some straw as well, maybe. Alright, I've got plenty of straw. Let's put that in. Let's go grab. How much? We need at least 10% if we get like most of a bucket of maize silage. Apologies for the use of the phrase like. We're not all teenagers here, are we? No, we're grown adults mostly, probably. Let's do that. Actually put it in the mixer. There we go. So that's in. And then I need to get the bale spike, which is now hidden behind that John Deere, which is very annoying. I wonder if that silage fork could act as a bale spike. Yard too small. There we go. Right. Now we can use herb grass silage that we found laying about before. Just make sure we don't go into the trigger for the bale store. And I think there's some loose herb grass silage in that shed over there from when I did the stream when I was making it before. So let's put you in there. We just back up so we get the display up. Yeah, so we just need the clover grass silage, which, as before, is left over from our contract we did. Let's just back that out of here. Unwrap it. There we go. Up a bit. And in. And there we go. And we could even, I think, put in a bit of the molasses IBC we've got there. How's our mix looking? We're at 2.2, 2.1. I'm not going to risk it, actually. I'm going to say that's good enough. And maybe next time we'll put in 300 litres of mineral feed. So that's an 18-month one, because the bulk of our cows are in that 18 to 24-month group. That will do a lot of the feed for these guys as well. In fact, I think it does pretty much all of them. So that's actually, they might be good. I'm not sure if it does all of them, or maybe the ratios are a little bit off. So they're okay. I think the only one that's maybe not great is our bull, who's not getting his fattening bonus. But I'm really not worried about that. So I think for the sake of, you know, kind of completeness, we'll do a mix of this one, which might actually be quite similar. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, it's basically going to be the same. So I'll get that done. I think the last thing we need is herb grass silage, which I think I have in here. He says not at all confidently. Yay, it is. So we've still got our hay there, which is being left untouched because we just don't have room in the mixer for it. As I said, a bigger mixer I think is definitely in our future. Definitely something to consider. Or I guess a smaller bucket when you're mixing up silage. Or not using a full bucket. So how are our levels if we get in? So we're 2.6, so you've got a little bit of space. I could put in a small bale of hay at that point. So if we go here, we go R to cut open. I don't know which bale that cut open. There we go. There we go. We have a 600 litre bale of hay. To throw into the mix wagon. There we go. And we still have our valid mix. Awesome. And I could put in 40 litres of molasses, but I'm not going to. We do need to move the JCB out of the way. So we've now got a feed mix which is aimed for the older cows, and again it's a dairy mix, so it's not going to be perfect for the bull, but it'll do most of its feeding needs. Straw wise they're fine, even though it looks quite light. So yeah, I think we're good feed wise. While it runs out, I was going to have a quick look at the map, because I'm pretty sure the sunflowers are ready to harvest, which is great. The lupine is not yet, the carrots are not yet. And then if I go down to the calendar, we will be able to plant our Landesberg germain, but we've got a month to do that, so that's okay. So next time, we will either be combining the sunflowers or planting the Landesberg germain. So yeah, that's it for today, folks. Thank you to the patrons and YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. And I'll see you all next time.